I'm Adrian Cooper, Director of Hub Financial Solutions, part of Just Group PLC. I'm here today to talk about how employers can help their employees who have started to think about their retirement. The financial welfare of employees is becoming increasingly important to employers for several reasons. It demonstrates that they care about their employees. If employees are stressed, then it can affect productivity and show up in absentee rates. And a good employee benefit package can aid recruitment and retention. Despite financial wellness being in its infancy, nearly 50% of employers have a financial wellness policy in place. This is rapidly becoming a must-have for employers. I'd like to focus on the cohort of employees who have started to think about and prepare for their life after work, and how innovation is giving employers new ways of helping their employees. Most wellness programs focus on day-to-day money management, but as people age, they may be less concerned with making ends meet day-to-day, as the salary is often higher, their mortgage payments may be less onerous, and they may no longer have children who are dependent on them. But a different source of stress often affects older employees, preparing for their life after work. They worry that they haven't saved enough and they might never be able to retire. They want to know how much they need to live comfortably in retirement, when they might reach that target, and what action they can take if there's a shortfall. Then, when they're ready to retire, they want to understand how to turn their pension savings into an income for life. Our financial wellness program, for example, is targeted at people aged 45 plus and focused on preparing them for their life after work. Now, you might ask, why should companies be preparing their employees for their life after work? Well, companies have often invested heavily in the company pension scheme, and increasingly they're wanting to make sure their employees make the most of their money they've saved for retirement. And since pension freedoms were introduced in 2015, employees have far more choice about what to do with their pension pot when they retire. This carries a degree of risk, the risk that they may make poor decisions. In some cases, these decisions are irreversible. The decisions people have to make at retirement have never been more complicated. And with defined contribution overtaking final salary schemes and pot sizes growing, decisions have become more material. This also at a time when traditional IFA services are increasingly difficult to access. The charges are high for many, and IFAs are choosing to focus on those with significant assets at retirement. And if individuals get it wrong, they have to live with the consequences. And of course, there's the real risk of falling victim to scams. Just one example of poor decision-making and its consequences. The Financial Conduct Authority Retirement Outcome Review reported that 1.7 million people withdrew their full pension pot between 2015 and 2020 and put them into cash accounts rather than stocks and shares, so yielding lower returns. While this may be the best approach for some, for others it won't be, especially with the cost of living situation we're currently in, where inflation erodes purchasing power. And we know from research that employees are uncertain about how to make the right and best decisions when accessing pension benefits. And partly as a consequence, they sleepwalk into retirement. And whilst guidance services are valuable, of course, giving ideas on what you might like to consider, regulated financial advice recommends what you should do based on your own individual circumstances. And currently, because of a number of issues, whether cost, accessibility, trust, there is a significant advice gap. So there is scope for innovation and use of digital automated techniques to bring the benefits of financial advice to the mass market for people with more modest pots, but at a price they can afford. This is also in the context where, from surveys, 4 out of 5 employers want to help their employees when making these decisions. The thing is, though, not many financial wellness schemes cover planning for retirement. Most will focus primarily on day-to-day money management, dealing with debt, managing money better, effective budgeting, and so on. All this is vitally important, of course, but as employees get older and the prospect of retirement lies ahead, preparing for retirement often becomes the main financial worry people have. And 68% of employees say uncertainty around pensions decision-making at retirement is their primary retirement concern. This impacts on stress levels, absence rates, and lower productivity. Now, it would be wrong to suggest that other wellness programs don't have any content on preparing for retirement, but there are only a few providers which focus all their efforts in this space. And we designed our wellness program to consist of two elements. Firstly, Pensionbuddy. Pensionbuddy provides valuable information and guidance for people who may be some years from retiring, but have started to make plans to be financially fit for their life after work. Secondly, Destination Retirement. Destination Retirement is an automated advice service. It provides regulated financial advice to people who are about to retire based on a thorough assessment of their needs and goals in retirement. So Pensionbuddy will be of most use to people who are preparing for retirement in the future, while Destination Retirement helps people make the right decisions when they're ready to retire. They're designed to complement each other. And what's more, both services are unique in their own way and inclusive, applicable to many employees in all different types of companies. So just a little bit more on Pensionbuddy. Firstly, we have the Pensionbuddy plan. It's often a struggle to find information about pensions and retirement online. People use words like confused and bamboozled to describe their experience. The Pensionbuddy plan cuts through the clutter, giving people just the information that's relevant to them in less than 5 minutes. It does this by asking people a series of simple questions. And based on the answers they give, it works through the site to filter out content that's irrelevant and deliver just the right information. Secondly, the Retirement Health Check. This tool helps people find out how financially fit they are for their life after work. It estimates what their pension savings will be worth in the future and compares this to what they might need to live comfortably during their retirement. And if there's a shortfall, it helps them understand in real time how they can alter their plans and savings behaviours to get themselves back on track. The content in Pensionbuddy has been designed to be engaging and easy to understand. Mythbusters introduce an element of gamification to help make the complex simple. We use videos and infographics throughout, which means there's less copy to read. And if we ever have to use jargon, there's a practical solution which doesn't rely on a glossary. These innovations make Pensionbuddy a unique experience. Complementary to Pensionbuddy is Destination Retirement. Destination Retirement is an online financial planning and advice service. It's simple to use, jargon-free, and engages users creatively. So when someone is ready to retire, they can use the service to create their own bespoke and free retirement plan. Essentially a plan that shows them how they can use their retirement savings in the most tax-efficient way to deliver their spending needs and dreams in retirement. Destination Retirement provides expert and fully regulated financial advice on how to put that plan into action. And should an individual want to proceed with their plan, for which there's a fee payable by the individual, we take care of all the hard work needed to set up the plan, completing all the paperwork and dealing with the providers for the products required. So this means that people go into retirement armed with a plan, but it doesn't end there. The service is designed to operate not just at the point of retirement, but right through it, delivering potentially significant financial as well as emotional advantages at a time also where we are now when every penny is counting. So how should employers go about selecting a suitable company to fill any gaps in their financial wellness offering? There are a range of providers in the market naturally, but only a handful of digital-first providers are able to make regulated professional financial advice accessible to employees. So 2 questions any employer interested in introducing a financial wellness service focusing on retirement should ask themselves are, firstly, is the provider financially secure? I represent Hub Financial Solutions, part of the Just Group. The Just Group is a FTSE 250 company focused exclusively on the UK retirement income market. Second question, what experience do potential providers have in this field? This needs to be tested thoroughly in a selection process. Again, for our part, we have a long-standing track record of providing benefit solutions for companies and are experienced at helping employers to implement these services. So who should be interested in these types of financial wellness propositions? We focus on companies with over 1,000 employees interested in preparing their employees for their life after work. More specifically, some of the roles in a company that could be interested in these types of services I mentioned may include, firstly, the wellness department. If a company has a specific wellness team, then they could be interested in our proposition. Even if they currently have a wellness program, our focus on preparing for life after work can complement existing wellness programs. Secondly, HR. Often, employee benefits are managed by the HR team. Our wellness program can be a valuable addition to existing employee benefit programs. And thirdly, in-house pensions teams. Larger companies may have dedicated in-house pension teams to administer the company pension arrangement. They're likely to be keen to ensure employees are preparing for retirement and making informed decisions about their pension savings. Also, many companies will use external employee benefit consultancies, and you are encouraged to discuss with your advisors if you have one. I hope that's been useful. To sum up, if you are looking to do more to help your employees who are starting to think about retirement, the good news is that new, innovative solutions are coming onto the market to help employers fill this gap.